In earlier class we discussed about the cell and its what is cell discovery and also cell theory and also shapes of the bacteria, different different cells. In this video we will be discussing about prokaryotic cell. So what are prokaryotic cells? So prokaryotic, they are represented by bacteria, blue green algae, mycoplasma and PPLO, which are pleuropneumonia like organisms. Pleuropneumonia like organisms. So prokaryotic represented by bacteria, blue green algae, mycoplasma and pleuropneumonia like organisms. They are smaller and multiply rapidly, means they multiply into cells more rapidly comparing to eukaryotes. Then eukaryotes. So prokaryotes represented by bacteria, blue green algae, mycoplasma and PPLO, that is pleuropneumonia like organisms, and they are smaller and multiply rapidly. The sizes will be varied, okay, like we have bacteria like bacillus. Four basic sizes or shapes of bacteria are there. Bacillus, which is rod like, coccus, which is spherical, and vibrio, comma shaped bacteria, and spirillum. So spiral. So these are the four basic shapes of the bacteria, okay, and all bacteria prokaryotic, they have cell wall. This is common. The cell wall is common in all prokaryotes except mycoplasma. Mycoplasma doesn't have cell wall. So the rest of the bacteria, they have cell wall, which is common, and cell wall you also found in eukaryotes, which is plant cells. So now we study about the prokaryotic cells, which are represented by bacteria, blue green algae, mycoplasma, PPLO, that is pleuropneumonia like organism, and also they are smaller and multiply rapidly, and they have varied shapes and sizes. And four basic shapes we discussed, like bacillus, which is rod like, coccus, spherical, and vibrio, which is comma shaped bacteria, and spirillum, spiral bacteria. And as I mentioned, all prokaryotes, they have cell wall except mycoplasma. And the other major thing is the prokaryote doesn't have any membrane surrounding the DNA. So it's the chromosome is exposed in the cytoplasm. So here there is no membrane around nucleus, and you can see the cell wall here. This is made of three layer structure. It is having outer layer, which is called capsule. If it is hard, it is called capsule. The other word is glycocalyx for this. So when it is hard, it is called as a capsule. Then we have a cell wall and then plasma membrane. We have capsule, cell wall and plasma membrane. The three forms the outer layer of the prokaryotes except in mycoplasma. Mycoplasma doesn't have cell wall, okay, and no membrane bound organelles found in prokaryotes, because in eukaryotes, in an earlier class you might have heard about eukaryotes, they have membrane bound organelles such as mitochondria, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, lysosomes, microbodies and all. So here we will not be having any kind of membrane bound organelles, but we do have ribosomes which are present in eukaryotes too. Ribosomes are non-membrane, or there is no any membrane around the ribosomes. So they are found in prokaryotes, both prokaryotes and eukaryotes. And the volume of the cell is occupied by cytoplasm. Cytoplasm is a place where the main arena like cellular activities took place, which is essential for the survivability of the cell. And you can see here these are circular DNA, which is called circular DNA, which are called as plasmids. Plasmids provide a phenotypic character to the bacteria such as resistance. These plasmids, they provide a resistance to bacteria. And we have other inclusions nothing but they store reserve materials. Inclusions, they store reserve material required by bacteria. You can see here that this elongated structure called flagellum, which is helpful for the bacteria to move along. And we have other pili and fimbriae. These things are used for the bacteria to stick onto surface in any stream of water or any gliding surface. So what we learned today, that prokaryotes represented by bacteria, blue-green algae, mycoplasma, PPLO, that is pleuropneumonia like organism. They are smaller and rapidly multiplies, and they have various shapes, and sometimes different shapes, they have different functions. And most of the prokaryotes, they are fundamentally similar, even though they have different functions to perform. And the four basic shapes like bacillus, coccus, vibrio, spirillum, and also all prokaryotes, they have cell wall except mycoplasma. This, remember this, okay, and their DNA is exposed, there is no any membrane around that, and they have a special inclusions of the plasma membrane inside. The infolding of plasma membrane is called mesosomes. This we miss mesosomes. These are useful in cell membrane synthesis and bacterial respirations, and also DNA replication. They are useful in that. So, and we have ribosomes which are present in eukaryotes too, and there is no any membrane bound organelles in prokaryotes.